Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Kodeations coming at you today with another video, ladies and gentlemen, on Genshin Impact. And today we are addressing a massive mistake that I have seen loads of players do, and that includes content creators. But before we dive into the mistake, if you are new to the channel, please be sure to hit that red subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you get a notification every time we drop a video. We drop a video on a variety of mobile gaming content, and I would love to hear from you guys on what game you want me to feature and or you think would be awesome for the channel. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's dive right in. Diving right in, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be taking a look at that number one mistake that I feel like a lot of players need to be taken advantage of, and I have seen loads of players, whether they are content creators, whether they are streaming on the Twitch platform, whether they are just playing on their own, and yes, including some of my really close friends that I play this game with, making this mistake. So I had to make a video on it. I wanted to bring you guys some information. It's not a very long video, but nevertheless, it is something that I'm 100% passionate about, and I know that you should be taking advantage of it right now because it will benefit you in the world of Genshin Impact. And that 100% is going to be clicking the M button on your keyboard to view your map. That's it. That's what I was going to tell you. No, I'm just kidding. But nevertheless, we do need to be in the map section for the specific tip, and that is going to be taking advantage of this resin system up at the very top of right-hand corner of your screen. Now, a lot of content creators out there are constantly telling players to save your resin. Make sure you are taking this resin. Make sure you have resin ready to go when you hit level 40, aka 50, 35, whatever they want to tell you, and make sure that you are using this resin for a specific thing once you get to that point. But this is a massive mistake, or maybe it's a misconception by a lot of content creators, especially when it comes to first-time players for Genshin Impact. A lot of players are confused. They're not really sure exactly what to do with this resin system. Maybe they've come from playing mobile games that has a energy-based system or a stamina-based system or some type of, mana-based system, whatever it is, where you spend certain amount to do certain attacks, or maybe that you can only do certain things a certain amount of times per day, whatever it is that they have come from when it comes to the resin system in the game. It's kind of complex to understand, and or it's a limited resource, or so they say. Now, what I mean by that is that this resource actually, so it does cap out. As you can see here, we are currently capped out. This is AM for me. I just got up in the morning. So again, this had time to regenerate overnight, and you can see that we are capped out. We are sitting at 120 out of 120. But there is something that you can definitely be doing way before you get to AR 40 in the game, or AR 35 in the game, that you could be spending and utilizing this resin. Because if you don't already know, this resin does regenerate. This resin will regenerate, I believe it's every like 7 to 10 minutes. I can't remember exactly what the window is, but you will gain 1 resin back. And with that being the case, you need to absolutely 100% be taking advantage of that cooldown, and taking advantage of the fact that if you already know that you got to go to work all day long for 8 hours, then you might as well get on in the morning as early as possible, or the night before, whatever you can, to take advantage of burning down some of this resin, because you already know you're going to be generating resin for up to 8 hours before you get home. Why sit on a capped resin pool? And what I mean by that is like this right here. Once this hits 120, it will not gain any more because it is capped out. My cap is 120. I'm sitting at 120. I woke up this morning. I'm about to burn some of this resin to make sure that I am, taking advantage of that cooldown. And I feel like I see loads of players doing this. Like I said, I've seen content creators do it in their videos on YouTube. I've seen content creators or streamers do it in their videos on Twitch. And then I've seen a lot of my friends, just personal friends that I have played co-op with, or anything else that I've seen them play individually. No matter the case, I have seen them make this mistake and not utilize this resin, and it's a shame because with it being on a cooldown system, it is just one of those things that you need to be taking advantage of. Now, that leads me into the next thing, is going to be the magic answer. Well, Kodeations, where do we spend this resin? You're telling us that we should spend this resin way before we get to AR 35, way before we get to AR 40. What can we be doing prior to those AR ranks that will allow us to utilize this resin? And the first thing I'm going to suggest to you guys is going to be these ley lines. So in Monostat right here in the very starting zone of the game, you will eventually unlock these ley lines just by completing storyline quest in the game, just by leveling up in your AR rank. And I can't remember exactly if it was like AR rank 8 or AR rank 7. Maybe it was AR rank 10. I'm not really sure. I definitely think it was before 15 that you unlock what they call ley lines. Now, these are just small little kind of like public events. If you've ever played like Destiny, or you've ever seen public events where random things happen into the world, that's kind of what these ley line encounters are. But instead of them being random, once you discover them, they are constantly going on there, you know, at a certain time frame. So you just have to go around and, you know, start them up and do them. And they do cost some of that resin. You can see here it costs 20 resin to run this specific ley line. You can see that there is another ley line over here that gives you additional or different resources. You can see this one actually gives you the player XP cards. And the companionship XP, you can see that this one over here, just kidding, I didn't click on it. You can see that this one over here gives you Mora. Where is the some of the other ones that we have seen and unlocked? We don't have the full map completely unlocked on this account currently, but just because I've been playing a lot of other things. But nevertheless, you get the point. I would highly suggest taking advantage of ley lines, especially early game, because you're getting that additional experience. You're getting these additional experience cards that you could use on other characters. And then again, you're getting that companionship experience. And not only that, you are able to burn and utilize some of that resin. Now, that leads me into the next thing that you could definitely be taking advantage of long before you get to AR35. And I know for a fact, I believe this one unlocks at AR15, or at least that's the suggested level for it. And that is going to be the domain. So one of the very first domains you're going to unlock is going to be Cecilia Garden. There are different floors, kind of like the Abyss it's kind of like a smaller version of the Abyss, but basically you can see here, you've got the Valley level 1. You can go all the way up to the Valley, which unlocks at domain 40 or AR rank 40, and you can see the rewards that you can obviously collect from doing those domains. So you're getting the experience, you're getting Mora, you're getting companionship experience, and then you're also getting these level up rewards, which are this milk tooths as well. And then again, going all the way down here, you can see you can even get some of the really good weapon ascension materials that you will eventually have to you know, farm anyway. But nevertheless, these do have a respawn timer, or basically a timer that you can redo them, and you can see right here that it's going to be Tuesday and Friday, and then also Sunday. Heading over here to this one, for instance, I don't know if this one does have it. It does, yep. So Tuesday and Friday, and also Sunday as well. And then it also says you can also purchase some of these materials from the souvenir shop in Mondstadt. But nevertheless, those are going to be two ways that you can 100% spend this resin, and you should be spending this resin long before you get to AR35 and AR40. So again, this video's dragged on long enough, but once you get a little bit higher than that, you might be asking yourself, but Kodeations, I'm already at that AR35, the AR40 rank, what should I be spending my resin on? And 100%, you should be tapping into the boss battles. That is right, you should be tapping into the boss battles no matter what. I don't care what anybody else tells you. Those boss battles are going to be what's going to allow you to gear up your heroes and get the resources that you need to gear up and enhance your levels, or enhance your gear, enhance your weapons, to increase your talents. There's just loads of different things that you can get from those world bosses, and you're going to 100%, including sets, that you're going to 100% be taking advantage of. But ladies and gentlemen, I think that's going to be it for me for the sake of this video. I wanted to do a small rant, but I just wanted to give you guys that information and make sure to clarify that resin system, and you should be utilizing that 100%. But I've been Kodeations, guys. Thank you guys very much. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get a notification every time I drop a video. We drop a variety of mobile gaming content, and if you have a game that you would like to suggest, please do so down below in the comments. I would love to check it out and potentially feature it on the channel. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you guys on the next one.